Welcome back, children. Today we'll start a new lesson, Advanced Features of Excel. So in today's content, we are going to learn about the component of the chart, creating a chart and formatting a chart. So let us begin. Now, a chart is a graphical presentation of data in a worksheet. So it is an effective way to display data in a pictorial form. Okay. So it helps to provide a better understanding of a large quantities of data. So chart also make it easier to draw the comparison and to see the growth and relationship among the values and the trend in a data. So we basically use a chart to provide an accurate analysis of information. Now, before going through the chart, we need to understand some of the components of the chart, because without the component of the chart looks meaningless. Okay, chart looks empty. So first, let us understand the components of the chart. Now, if you want to create a chart, you need to have a worksheet on a particular item. So if you see at the top, this is the worksheet, okay, where I have entered some of the data series. Now, this is the proper structure of a chart, and if you look at the figure properly, you can see the different components of the chart. Now, once you create the chart, first you need to give a title to the chart, because each and every chart should contain a title. So the second one is a axis. So we call this as a y-axis and we call this as a x-axis. So the x-axis can also be called as a category axis, and the y-axis can also be called as a vertical axis, okay, or the value axis. Now next one, if you go inside, we can see a data marker. So you can see some long rectangular block. We call this as a data marker, and this data marker, it represents a particular data series, okay. And above the data marker, you can see the number there. So we call this number as a data level that signifies a value for a data marker. Now, another component of the chart is the grid line. So you can see one vertical grid line and a horizontal grid line. So you can also insert the grid line in your chart, and this whole area, we call it as a chart area, and this chart area consists everything that comes within it. And if you go through this dotted arrow that is given inside, we call this particular area as a plot area. Now you see the plot area consists the data marker, okay. It also consists of the data level, x-axis, y-axis, and the chart area contains everything that comes within it along with the plot area. Okay, so these are some of the components of the chart, and while creating a chart, we will definitely work with all these components. Now, so let us begin, children. Now see, I have created one worksheet here about the marks of a particular student. Okay, so you can consider this worksheet as a mark sheet. Now I am going to create a chart based on this worksheet. So first you need to select the area of a worksheet. So I'll start from the name and drag the mouse button, and I'll go till SST. So this is the area that I have selected. Now I'm going to create a chart based on this area. So if you want to insert the chart, we have to go to the insert tab. Okay, so this is my insert tab. Now click on the insert tab. We call this as a charts group. So under the chart group, you will get different types of chart, like say column chart, line chart, pie chart, bar, area, scattered, and you'll get so many other charts there. Okay, so in the next session we will go through all these different types of chart. Now I want to create one simple chart with the column. Okay, so you can see a 2D column, 3D column, cylinder, cone, pyramid. So you can choose any of this design to create a chart. So remember that this is a column chart. So let me click a 3D column. So just click on it. So this is the chart that has been created based on the worksheet that I have made. So let me just increase the size of the chart by clicking on the fill handle. Okay. Now see, my chart is ready, but still the chart is incomplete. Now why the chart is incomplete? Because there is no components of the chart given within this chart. So until and unless you don't provide the component of the chart, okay, the chart looks empty. So first I need to give the title to this chart. So always remember that when you insert the chart or when you select the chart, at the top you can see we get a chart tools here, and under the chart tools you will get 3 different additional tabs. One is the design tab to design the chart, another is a layout tab, and the format tab. Now let me show you once again. Let me click offside the chart. Now means I have deselected the chart. Now you can see at the top, the last tab you can see is the view tab. Okay. So once I click inside the chart or once I select the chart, you can see 3 more tabs after the view tabs. So let me click on the chart. So you can see the chart tools has appeared, and under the chart tool, design, layout and format tabs are there. So currently I'm not going to design the tab. First I want to use the different components of the chart. So to use the component of the chart, you need to go to the layout tab. So click on this layout tab. Okay. So you can see under the labels group and under the axis group and in the background group, you can see all the components of the chart that we have gone before. Okay. So first I will start with the chart title because I need to give the title to the chart. So click on this drop down arrow of the chart title button. So where you want to put or where you want to insert the title, suppose say above the chart. So let me click on above the chart option. So you can see the chart title has appeared. So let me simply select it, name for this chart. Suppose say let me write down mark sheet of class, suppose example. Okay. So click offside. Now you can see I have given the title to the chart. Now next is y-axis and x-axis. So I need to mention the y-axis as well as x-axis. Now if you see here in the x-axis, you can see the subjects there. Okay, suppose say English, Hindi, Maths, Science and SST of a particular students, like say Ajay Pandey with the blue color, Ankita Chopra, Naveen Goel and Rajani Prasad. So is it clear, children? Now actually what is the x-axis? So we know that the x-axis is a name of the subject. So you can also call x-axis as a category axis. And if you see at the y-axis, you can see some values here, say 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So actually what are these values? These values are the marks obtained by different students. So we need to mention the axis here. Okay. So the next component of the chart is axis title. So click on the drop down arrow of the axis title. You can see a primary or a horizontal axis, that is the x-axis. Okay. So come to the here and click on title below axis. So here you can see the axis title. Just select it and rewrite a new name. Suppose say let me write down subjects. Okay. Now next again I'll go to the axis title. Now vertical axis. So go to the vertical axis option. You will get another sub option. Okay. So click on any of this option. Now you can write the or you can give the name for this y-axis. Suppose say marks obtained. Okay. So I have defined 2 components. One is the chart title and another is the axis title or a axis value. Okay, so as this is a data marker, now if I say what is the marks obtained by Ajay Pandey in English, so this is a data marker for Ajay Pradhan. Exactly you cannot say what is the marks obtained, but we know that the marks has been obtained between 60 to 80. So for this purpose, what we need, if you want to know the exact marks, we need a data level. So you just see the data level at the top. So click on the data level, simply click on this option show. Okay, so once I click on the show, you can see at the top, you can see the marks obtained by different students in different subjects. Okay, so now it is clear to you that the marks obtained by different students in different subjects. Okay, so we call this as a data level. Now if you want to insert the table as well, table means the worksheet that I have created at the back side, so you can also insert the worksheet inside. So for that we have to go and click on the data table. So click on the data table and you can click on show data table. You can see the data table will be shown, it will be shown inside the chart. So if you don't want to put the data table inside the chart, you just again go to the data table, simply click on none, it will get removed. Okay, now next is the grid line. So there are two grid line, one is horizontal grid line and another is vertical grid line. So if you want to use the grid line, click on here. So primary, now horizontal grid line, you can give a major grid line, you can give the minor grid line like this one. Okay, again go to the grid line, go to the vertical grid line. Similarly, you can give the major grid line or a minor grid line, or you can place both major or a minor grid line. So we call this as a grid line. Now you can see that your charts look complete here because I have used all the component of the chart, like say the chart title. I have given the axis title for both the y-axis as well as the x-axis. Okay, I have also used a data level at the above the data marker, and I have also inserted the data table. I have showed you how to insert the data table. Okay, so we call this as a component of a chart. Now next, formatting a chart. So you can also format the chart. So we have already discussed before that this whole area we call it as a chart area, and this inside area, okay, this particular area we call this as a plot area. So you can format the chart area and plot area differently. So if you want to format it, then we have to click on here. See, the chart area has already been selected. Go to the format selection option here. Okay, now I want to fill with the particular color, so you can also use a solid color. Like see, the color has been given before at the background, so you can use any of the color for the chart area. If you want to use the gradient fill, you can use the gradient fill. You can also use the texture here. Okay, this is the texture, so you can use different texture you want, or you can also fill it with the picture. So if you have the picture in your desktop or laptop, so click on this file option. Okay, and you can use the different pictures from your laptop. So in this way you can also place the pictures. Okay, so right now I am not going to place the picture, I am going to place one solid color for this one. So let me change the color here. Okay, now next is how to format the, along with this, okay, I forgot to show you one more things, a border color. Okay, you can also give the border color. So let my border color be red. Now along this, with this border color, let me go to the border style, and I just want to increase the thickness of the border. Now you can see the difference here. As I increase the width of the border, the size of the border gets increased. Okay, finally click on the close tab. Now Just click inside the chart area. So you can see here the plot area has been selected. So you can also format the plot area. So if you look at the top, you can see the plot area has been selected. Now click on format selection. Okay, just the way that you have formatted the chart area, you can also format the plot area. Now I want to give one color to the plot area, so just let me choose one of the color. Okay, so in this way you can use the color that you want to apply for the plot area. And you can also give the border color for this plot area. So click on the border color, choose one color that you want to apply. Okay, then go to the border style, just increase the thickness of the border style. You can see here the width of the border has increased. Finally, click on the close option. So now I have showed you how to format the chart area as well as plot area. So in this video or in this content, I have showed you the different components of the chart. I have also showed you how to create the chart and apply all the components that we have mentioned. So along with that, formatting the chart, that is formatting a chart area and a plot area. Okay, so this is all in today's class, children. So I want all of you to practice it at home. So open the Excel worksheet. Okay, so create your own worksheet with a particular name. Select the worksheet, just follow the video. Okay, insert the create a chart and format, apply the different components of the chart and format the chart. So thank you, children, and do practice it at home.